President Trump. I'm for President Trump. I like all of them. I'm friends with them. I just talked to Vice President Pence, great guy, was a guy in the Congress. Governor DeSantis, if he runs, a great guy. When we formed the Freedom Caucus, there were 9 of us. He was one of the 9. But I am 100% for President Trump. No one has demonstrated that they will do what they said and get things done like he did. And he did it with everyone in that town against him. And that's what I so respect about President Trump, and I'm for him all the way.
Thank you.
Jim Jordan declared Friday that he is 100% for President Trump in the 2024 presidential election despite the ongoing legal issues facing the former president. Jordan argued Trump was the only president to do what he said he was going to do, and did so successfully despite the entire political establishment standing against him.
Future of American Second Amendment rights, given Democrats increased calls for tighter gun control measures following the recent shootings in Louisville and Nashville.
That's why we got to win elections. You got to have Republicans and conservatives in office, and particularly the White House. That's why I support President Trump so strongly, because you got to have people who respect the Second Amendment, who respect the First Amendment, who respect the Constitution. It's all about winning elections, and of course the NRA and what it does, educating the American people about how important the Second Amendment is. I always tell folks, the Second Amendment's right next to the First for a reason. It's darn important, and we need to understand that and not let the left continue to chip away, because ultimately they want to get rid of it. But whether it's the crazy red flag laws, whether it's what the ATF is doing with the pistol brace rule, on and on it goes. They keep chipping away, but their end goal is to get rid of it. We got to stop it.
Now, we hear time and again after these types of events from Democrats saying that Republicans aren't willing to meet them in the middle on legislation, or that they're holding up legislation or refusing to come to the table. Is that a knee-jerk reaction from them, or do they have any point to their argument?
No, their definition of meet them in the middle is to take away your gun. Their definition of meet them in the middle is to take away the firearms of law-abiding Americans, to actually infringe on Second Amendment liberties. So you can't meet them in the middle because we just fundamentally disagree. Our Constitution fundamentally disagrees with where they want to go. And again, I think people with common sense and logic understand that. These tragedies are terrible. We wish they never happened. But the answer is not to take firearms away from law-abiding American citizens.
Is there any legislation that you know of that's going to be on the books for this Republican-controlled House to hopefully strengthen the Second Amendment rights of Americans?
Well, we're looking to pass Congressman Clyde's resolution here in the next 2 weeks out of the Judiciary Committee, and that's the resolution that says what the ATF did. Remember, on the pistol brace issue, the ATF said 10 years ago this is fine, and then in and of themselves, by themselves, they just changed the rule. It didn't go through Congress. So we want to overturn that rule, and that legislation we're looking to pass out of the committee here in the next 2 weeks.
And then lastly, a bunch of presidential candidates or supposed presidential candidates here this week. Which one stands out to you as the one that's best going to protect the Second Amendment rights of Americans?
President Trump. I'm for President Trump. I like all of them. I'm friends with them. I just talked to Vice President Pence, great guy, was a guy in the Congress. Governor DeSantis, if he runs, great guy. When we formed the Freedom Caucus, there were 9 of us. He was one of the 9. But I am 100% for President Trump. No one has demonstrated that they will do what they said and get things done like he did. And he did it with everyone in that town against him. And that's what I so respect about President Trump, and I'm for him all the way.
Thank you.
Jordan added that the new Republican-controlled House of Representatives was looking to pass a resolution to block a new rule from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives banning pistol stabilizing braces.